is FARIS Iskandar bin ZAMANI. I'm from Faculty of Computing. I'm going to ask you several questions. Can you describe what is this all about?
Okay, for this project, it's about using virtual reality technology, where I embedded is part of the teaching aid for architectural design studio.
Alright, so can you tell me the advantages of this?
Okay, for this project, why we use is virtual reality because we want the students to have better imaginations on the building. So for architecture students, there are a few stages. Before they go into design, normally what they need to do is they need to find a case study, building that is already built around the world for them to make as a reference. So by using VR, I let the student travel all over the world, visit the building, and then study, understand, and then apply their understandings in their project.
So while there are advantages, is there any disadvantages in regards to this?
Of course, it's not disadvantages, but to me it's more like a challenge. Okay, the challenges is on the software and hardware because the cost is quite expensive to get the software and hardware, and also limited to the internet capacity. Okay, like because we are using the UTM Wi-Fi, so there's a lot of limitations.
Is there any expected costs for the final product, which means the students which will get their courses?
Courses? What types of courses? What do you mean?
Architecture.
Yes, it is specifically designed for architecture course. So of course they get a lot of benefit when they can enhance their building. They can rectify their project before they finalize the design.
Okay, so speaking of model, is it expensive or cheap?
Yes, like I said just now, it is a challenging part because the gadget, the headset itself is expensive, and even the software that you need to integrate is also quite expensive. But for this project, we use the cheapest and affordable one.
Okay. So the last question is there any applications in daily life that we
Of
can
course, because this is we are moving towards IR 4.0. By having this, means the students have the ability to handle the virtual reality, where in the future it might help them when they go into the industry. So it will lessen in terms of changes in the design with the client, with the end user. So of course, we have a lot of benefits.
Okay. So I guess that's all from us. Thank you.
Alright, welcome.
MUBARAK from Faculty of Computing. I want to ask some questions. So, what is the main idea of this innovation?
So the main idea of this innovation is Kahoot Solve. Kahoot is an application that is used by educators such as lecturers and also teachers for make the education for make the learning process become fast and also interesting.
Because the ceremony is going to start,
What are the advantages of
we
the
the
innovation?
silent to allow us
Advantages.
So there are a lot of advantages. So like we see the elements in Kahoot, which is Kahoot have Kahoot quizzes, Kahoot solution, and also Kahoot discussion. So if the educators use all the elements in Kahoot, it will make the learn more students more fun, and especially for commercial law, as we know, law have the specific terms and also specific cases that student needs to memorize and to understand it well. So if students have difficulties in memorizing it, it will make them difficult in the exam letter. So by using Kahoot, it will have the student benefits of using the Kahoot itself in memorize the cases and also the terms in law.
And for the disadvantages, is there any disadvantages for Kahoot?
I think there is no disadvantages for Kahoot application, but the external disadvantages is when the internet or the system is breakdown. So that was the advantages, but it was under control. So, however, overall it was a lot of benefits and also advantages for the student.
Okay. So, talking about the model, is there any expected cost for this final product?
For this final product, for the users, especially students, there were no cost. But as for educators, if the educators such as lecturers or teachers want to have the premium plan, they will need to cost around 50 ringgit a month.
And for the last question, can you tell us Is there any application in our daily life for this Kahoot?
So for this Kahoot application is not just only for students to use in the classroom or for them to review the question during the final week, but they can use it for a daily life to review or to survey any kind of question, not just for commercial law subject, but for any subject that they want to revise.
Okay. I think that's all for the question. Thank you very much.
My name is Iskandar. I'm from Faculty of Technology.
Okay, which semester? Which semester?
First semester
Oh,
one.
first semester.
First semester.
Okay.
This my first question is, can you describe briefly what is all about?
My research?
Yes.
So I developed a system for project-based learning. Maybe I can show you this. So I built this application for project-based learning. So have you ever heard about project-based learning? Not yet. Maybe in the last semester or during your middle semester, your lecturer will give you a methodology which is project-based learning. So this project-based learning actually is a very manual one. Yeah, there are so many things to do. I want to automate that process, so I built this app to support the project-based learning activities. Well, that's the goal of my research. Then,
What's the advantages of using this system?
you know, these are activities of project-based learning. For example, you have to create a team, right? So in the practice one, you can select your friend and then you name it, and then give it to your lecturer. But when you have this application, you just assign your friend into
Once
the
again,
apps.
welcome to New Academia Learning Innovation Nali
And then
2023.
you monitor your project progress,
We have
everything
arrived
in one
at the
single
last
application.
agenda of this event, which is the closing
So
ceremony.
instead of
It is good to see all of you once again, and on behalf of the organizers, we would like to thank you for your great
Maybe we have to
participation and
equip
support
one
for this
assessment. For
program.
example, I get some
We
idea
also hope you have been enjoying yourself at
yesterday
Nali 2023
about
so far.
resilient tests. Maybe in the future, I want
To begin, I would like to invite Shaza and Aziz to host the closing ceremony.
Because today
Shaza
I
and
have
Aziz,
four
the floor is
assessments:
yours.
problem solving, motivation, peer review, and project manager competence. Maybe in the future, I want to add another assessment which is resilient. I think this is a good idea.
my next question is, what is the possibility of using this for
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, ladies and gentlemen, we have an announcement. During the arrival of VIPs, it is a great pleasure to have all the audience
For
to stay
students,
at
students
respective
can
seats
use this
until the
application, for
national
example,
anthem song.
proposal submissions, and then you can also diagnose your problem-solving skill by using this app. And maybe just fill in the questionnaire, and then you can get immediate score from 0 to 5. Your capability in solving the problem, you can know it by using this application.
I guess that's all from me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good luck for your study, right?
Okay.
Well, I will introduce myself. I'm Imad. I'm from Faculty of Computing. I'm here for the class. Yeah, so our first question I have for you is, what is this project about? Can you give a brief detail?
Basically, we try to use applied robotics into learning. So this is the project for real-time software engineering courses, year 4 in Faculty of Computing. So in their project, we try to embed the robotics to make it more interesting. That's it.
Okay, so next question I have for you is, what are the advantages of using this?
The advantages.
Yes,
Okay, first of all, now our world go to the 4IR, right? We need to drive ourselves into technologies. So what we are trying to do is to meet the requirement. So we try to expose the student with the real-time technologies, where the robot itself like solving the problems that might be happen in the real case, like in real case study. For example, this is kind of this is like a track. Like you can see the black line is what they need to solve is you can see there is an obstacle and also light. So if the robot meet the obstacle, you can see the light, what they need to do. You can see this is the sensors to read the black line, but that is sensors to the obstacle. If they meet the obstacle, and then the light sensors there. The advantages is the students can like upskill their resilience and also the computational tools.
Disadvantage of such project?
Any advantage?
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. Disadvantage. Okay. In my opinion, it really depends on the students' willingness to learn or not to learn. And then the level of knowledge of the students, is it the basic one or the intermediate one? So when we try to plan the program, we need to meet the requirement of the students, like the level of knowledge and then the willingness of the students.
So base requirement is high.
Yes.
I would like to ask about how much cost operation it is. Is it costly to work with this, or is it cheap?
I can say, compared to other outside company robots, we can say that this is the most affordable one. And then, of course, UTM student can find it for free because we open this in your class. So you can use it freely. And then for the school student, we also give them to use it freely. But we also sell this for them. Like I think not more than 1,000. I think like 100 something.
That is much more affordable than
yes, compared to other companies.
One last question. In the future, do you see this being applicable in our daily life?
Yes, you can see like our airplane. If the pilot wants to go from here to anywhere that take like almost 12 hours, they don't like sit like this all the time. They do the autopilot, and then even the Tesla also has the autopilot. So this is the basic knowledge of it. We have programmed. They know they need to program this based on what kind of difficulties and also sensors that they will need to meet the requirement. That is what happened in this world today.
So simply like Tesla car or
yes,
autopilot.
Yes. Same, because we don't control it with our hand. We make the robot decide
based on the conditions provided.
Yes. Based on our programming skill lah.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, welcome. Okay.
I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nali and I'm from Faculty of Computing. And I want to ask you some question about this program. First of all, can you describe in brief about this? What this is all about?
This is an e-bike tracking system to promote transport resilience. So what it does is that it allows users to locate nearby e-bikes so that they don't have to travel to a central location to rent the e-bike. So it's done through the implementation of IoT-based solution that is connected to a mobile application.
So basically, this is an e-bike for accommodation for the students to go.
This is an e-bike tracking system.
Alright. So for the second question, can you describe the advantages of this?
Okay, as mentioned just now, users don't have to travel to a central location to rent or return the e-bike. Because that method is inefficient. Once they return the e-bike, they have to walk back to their hostel or their house or whatever. So they can use the app to track the location nearby e-bikes and then track the e-bike is nearby without having to travel to the e-bike station. The second one is that weekend management can track the e-bikes if they suspect it of being stolen or if any of the users require assistance.
Okay, so for the third question, is there any disadvantage of using this e-bike?
E-bike, the tracking system or the e-bike?
The both.
bus cannot, there's not really much disadvantage to using e-bike, but the same can be said in tracking system. Maybe the one downside is that you had to charge the system, because the system is an external system that cannot be integrated directly to the power source of the e-bike. So it will require the manpower to charge the systems and also the responsibility to do so.
Alright. So what is the expected cost for the final product of this e-bike?
The expected cost should be under 300.
Oh, that means cheap, right?
Yes.
So for the last question, do this e-bike applications in daily life?
Sorry?
Is there any applications in daily life of using this e-bike in the future?
In the future, users, students, staff, they all can use it in the campus or instead of relying on cars or anything. Also, it promotes transport resilience. So, let's say it's a weekend, there's no buses, and the Grab is expensive. The students can just use the e-bike to travel around campus.
Yeah, I think that's all for this interview. Thank you very much.
Okay.